No matter how mean a piece of feedback is, no matter how much it hurts your feelings, at the end of the day, there's always something to take away from it. And dude, especially like with the short thing, if a girl calls you short, you need to max out your subcoms. You need to max out everything about you, eliminate all needy behaviors. And I promise you, a lot of those girls that called you too short earlier, they're probably not gonna say the same thing next time. If you're an average dude that's never been that good with women, I'm gonna show you 4 mindsets in this video that's gonna take you from getting reactions like this.
Hey, you look really cute today. Have a good day.
To getting interactions like this.
Totally random and unprofessional. I thought you were like very fucking cute. I just wanted to come say hi. I'm like walking around getting steps in. Okay. Cool. I don't know this part of town like at all.
Or this.
Hey, I really like your coat.
Thank you.
Yeah, the red matches the bag, matches the hair.
Oh, you're right.
Now, if you had green eyes, it would have been crazy.
I know.
They're blue though.
There are 4 key mindsets to getting better with women. I'm gonna go through all of them in this video, and the first one is to care more about results and getting better at the actual skill and behaviors of attracting women, becoming a more attractive guy. At the end of the day, guys, if you're watching this channel, then you know that game is a skill. Talking to women is a skill. That is all it is. It is just a pattern of behaviors that you can exhibit for yourself to become the most attractive version of yourself. And when it comes to attracting women, all that matters is your process, which is how you open your subcoms, your DHVs, your lines, the teases you have, flirting, frames, how you sexualize, how you escalate the interaction. All of these things are very, very critical for building attraction. And so I want you to picture 2 things with this mindset. I want you to picture on one side, and I actually have an absolutely beautiful drawing that I've done. I'll pop up on the screen right now. I want you to picture you and your process as 2 totally separate entities. There is you, who is you watching this video, you know, the guy that has all the passions and the hobbies and whatever, the life that you're living. And then your process is a completely separate entity. It's how you interact with women, how you behave around women. And when you get rejected, you're not getting rejected for you, bro. You're getting rejected for your process. And that's what you have to understand. She's not rejecting you. She's rejecting your lack of DHVs. She's rejecting your weak ass subcoms. She's rejecting your submissive behavior. She's rejecting the fact that you didn't open in a charismatic or bold way. And even on the look side of things, most guys can get to a point where they're pretty fucking attractive. And so if she rejects you for your looks, she's rejecting you because you haven't put in effort to look better. And that's just what it is. Because when I first started out, I was emotionally invested in things like, does this girl like me? Do I fit in? Do people think I'm weird? But the fact is that there are plenty of things that are objectively really bad for attraction and building sexual chemistry with a girl that are pretty fucking normal. The most obvious one is asking boring interview questions. If you ask any random person, they're gonna say, I hate small talk. And it's because most guys, most people in general, suck at small talk. Small talk is not really that good. It's just boring interview questions. What do you do for work? Where are you from? How long did you move here? All of this stuff that just doesn't really take the conversation in a fun or interesting place at all. But that doesn't mean that small talk is bad. It just means that you're bad at small talk, and most people are bad at small talk. So by definition, it would be weird or not normal to be good at small talk, to have interesting small talk regularly. That would be strange. Another example of fitting in would be really boring over text. Ask a girl how her day's going. You know, ask all these boring, how is your family? Are you close with your family? And you're asking these things over text. It doesn't take the conversation in an interesting direction. But unfortunately, it's very normal and it fits in very well. That's why women are so frustrated with the dating market right now. It's not just us being pissed off. It's also women. Women are not happy with how interesting or cool guys are right now. One more classic red pill example that I honestly really, I can't stand, and that honestly I really can't stand, and this is why I'm bringing it up in this video, is guys that want to be alpha, loud, and hardcore at all costs, despite the fact that the girl they're talking to might actually be more interested in a softer, more socially intelligent, intellectual side of you. You don't show that side of your personality, even though it might fit the girl better because you think that all women are the same, or you get in your ego about being a big bad man, you know, and I see a lot of guys do this, and it just literally kills attraction. And that's a completely normal thing to do. It's very normal for guys to let their ego get in the way and be that guy that's like, oh bro, I didn't like her anyway. And that's so fucking cringe. So if you're not getting invested in these questions of like, did I fit in? Does she like me? All those things. What are you getting invested into? I want you to get emotionally invested with this mindset into, did I learn from this? What can I take away from this? What can I do better next time? What did I improve on this time from the last time I approached? This key difference is gonna be what separates the whiny little kid, the whiny little entitled teenager, from a grown man that actually wants to get results. And those are the guys that overwhelmingly, when I talk to guys that get good at game, it's always guys that view this as a skill and they focus more on, am I getting better? What's my process? What are my results? How can I improve those? And they completely drop all ego. Because like I said earlier, you know you don't want to be that guy that's like, oh yeah, bro, I didn't like her anyway when the girl rejects you. You'd much rather just swallow your pride and get better results. At least I know I would. One final thing that I will say on this is that if you're worried about fitting in, being bold, confident, and assertive probably just isn't for you, and you probably shouldn't try. Because building up that skill of being confident, bold, assertive, dominant, that's really hard to do, and if you're not naturally born into that with experiences that teach you how to do that as you're growing up, then it's going to be very, very difficult to build that skill. That doesn't mean you can't do it. You definitely can. You just need to push through any discomfort, and you need to push yourself to be better. I would rather look silly, incompetent, and just generally not look like what I'm doing when I talk to women, but eventually over months or years build up the skills to be really confident and charismatic and attractive talking to women, then wonder, what if I tried? Because that's all you're going to be wondering if you never take action on this. If you never change anything about your current behaviors, that's it, man. You're stuck. You can't build any confidence without trying and failing. Let's get into the second mindset, which is that negative results is just feedback. It's nothing more, okay? Don't attach some moral weight to getting negative feedback. So for example, girl trashes your hair, says, hey, you have an ugly haircut, it looks fucking stupid, okay? Or you're dressed like a bum, you're dressed like shit. What does that mean? It doesn't mean that girls are mean and rude and that girls are superficial. It means that, hey man, you should change your fucking haircut because your hair looks like shit. Hey man, you should shave your beard because it looks like shit. Hey man, you should trim your beard because it looks like shit. Hey man, you have hairs poking out of your ears because it looks like shit. It means that you should dress better. It means you should wear things that are the right size for you and that don't have holes in them. That's what it means. And that is it. And that might hurt your feelings. But what I've noticed and what I know for a fact is that the lessons that hurt your feelings in life will always be the ones that help you the most. Okay? Your feelings will get hurt on this journey, and that's okay. That is the most important thing to remember. And actually, when my feelings get hurt now and I get my ego, I actually get a little bit excited because I found something that I can really fucking improve on. But Tim, what if it's feedback on something that I don't have control over? Like, what if I'm too short? She says, oh, I don't date short guys. Well, let's extrapolate that and think, what is in my control that maybe I could get a little bit better from? So for example, if a girl thinks you're short, maybe she feels too dominant around you. Maybe you have small subcommunication. Maybe you need to compensate a little bit for your lack of physical height and have even more dominant subcoms. Maybe you have less room for error with your body language. Maybe you have less room for error with eye contact and all of these dominant subcoms. That might be it. So now fix your subcoms. Get your subcoms on point. Get your masculine and dominant behaviors on point. The third mindset that you need in order to get good with women is that approach anxiety, honestly, will never fully go away. And the real skill you want to build is pushing through the approach anxiety anyway. How well you can push through approach anxiety will determine how much volume, how many interactions you can get into. And if you remember the last mindset, you'll know that as much negative feedback as you can possibly get is actually a good thing. So it would make sense that the more you push through your approach anxiety, the more approaches you get. Therefore, the more negative feedback you can potentially get. Therefore, the more lessons you can possibly learn. Therefore, the better you get and the more women you attract. So if you want to get really good with women, you need to push through approach anxiety as much as possible. All right, so stick with me for a second. I want you to think about your dating life like a bathtub that needs to be filled up with experience. And there's a faucet that can fill up the bathtub with experience. And the thing that determines how much experience comes out of the faucet and into the bathtub is how much you can push through anxiety and take action anyway. So if you can push through approach anxiety very consistently, then your faucet is going to be a lot bigger. The bathtub's going to get filled a lot faster with experiences. That's going to allow you to build up your skill and therefore get better results and get better with women in general as a whole. So in short, the higher your anti-approach anxiety skill is, the better and faster you will get good results. And honestly, unfortunately, there is not a good way to get good at this other than do things that are consistently uncomfortable. So you need to put yourself in medium to low level uncomfortable situations for a long period of time so that you can constantly push your comfort zone. And the thing that's fucked up about this is that your comfort zone will constantly grow. It'll constantly get bigger because you'll get more confidence. And so you have to constantly push your comfort zone. What I have to do to push my comfort zone now is so much different than what I had to do 3 months ago, 6 months ago, a year ago, 2 years ago. And so you have to constantly push your comfort zone, which is kind of fucked up, but it's the price we pay to actually get good at this shit. Now the fourth and final mindset that you need in order to get really good with women in 2025 is to be intentional about improving specific skills and improving the right skills that will get you the results you're looking for. So I want you to picture two guys, okay? Maybe we do a little illustration for this, pop them up here, okay? Guy A over here, he does 100 approaches per week. But the thing with Guy A is that he kind of just goes through the motions. He goes up to the girl, he says the canned opener, doesn't really have much in mind for what he could get better at. Maybe 5 times a week he learns a small lesson here or there, but he's not really gonna consistently apply it, so it never really sticks that much. And then we have Guy B, who actually makes 20 to 30 approaches per week, which is honestly not really that much. You could do a lot better than that. But he's very mindful and intentional. He reflects at the end of each day on what he could have done better and what he's going to do better next time. He is mindful going into every approach of, this is the skill that I'm trying to work on, and no matter how he's feeling, he will still practice that thing. So if he's practicing being bold on the open, he will practice being bold on the open even if he's feeling shy, even if he doesn't feel like it. He's going to practice these things and he's going to get a lot better. And so he's actually getting 20 approaches or 30 approaches in every week with this mindful thought process. This guy will not. Now, I know you might think Guy B will make better progress, right? It kind of sounds like that, but he will actually make 10 times better progress. Guy A will actually stay stuck for years, making the same approach over and over and over again, wondering why he is cursed with bad looks and why women never give him a chance. And it's because he never actually changes his behaviors. Guy B will actually get better. Now, ideally, you can be Guy A, take 100 approaches, and also be mindful about them. That's going to get you really good, really fucking fast. This is how, I got my first lay from cold approach when I was 18. Like, I just went out every day. I was super mindful about it. 150 approaches over the course of 6 weeks, and boom, we got it, right? But not everyone is going to have that journey, and I understand that. So be mindful, at least, of the skill that you want to build every single approach you make. Now, if you want to get better with women in 2025 and you don't know where to start, you don't know what you're doing wrong, you don't know what your sticking points are, I will personally coach you if you click the link down below in the description. For $49 per month, you can join my coaching program where I have 5 group calls every single week. There are hours of content on scripts and how to run interactions, how to step-by-step go from getting over approach anxiety to making your first approaches to building a really attractive sub-communication. Everything under the sun that you need to know in terms of attracting women. I literally teach it inside the school. And if there's not a course on it, then you can come on any of the 5 group coaching calls and get your questions answered. I also do a one-on-one coaching call with every single person that joins with me personally, where I look over your sticking points. I don't try to sell you anything on the call. It's honestly fucking insane value, dude. So jump in using the link down below. You can subscribe if you want to. Hopefully this video helped. Like the video if you liked it, and let me know what you want to see from me in the future. All right, I'll see you guys next time.